Hi there, it's Margie here and day 2 of the Train the Brave challenge. So, what did you do yesterday that took you outside your comfort zone? You know, maybe it was a little bit uncomfortable for you, but how did you feel about yourself afterwards? I know that sometimes things, when you do something scary, it doesn't always work out. But by and large, I can just guarantee you that the more often you just say, I'm just going to do it, the more you grow that confidence to do more of the same and bigger things in the future. So stick with me here. So today I want to talk about the importance of living life by design, not by default, which is something I focused on in chapter 10 of my book, Brave. It's so easy to find ourselves going down the path of least resistance, falling into habitual patterns of behaviour, of thinking, of acting, of dealing with people around us and managing our lives, unless we're really clear about what it is we want to do and what it is we want to be. So I'd love you to just do a little visualisation exercise with me right now. I want you to close your eyes. Of course, you can cheat if you really want. I won't be able to know, but just close your eyes for a moment. Indulge me. And I want you to imagine there's a string line going through you, and behind you is the past and ahead of you is the future. And I want you to imagine yourself zooming up over that line and travelling 10 years from now into the future. Today, 10 years from now, whatever the date is, plus 10. How old are you? If you've got kids, how old are your children? I want you to picture yourself where you would be. What would you ideally be doing 10 years from now? It may not be a specific job or something really, really specific. It just could be what it is you'd love to be doing in terms of what you're good at, what you're passionate about, what your talents are, what your strengths are. What would people be saying about you when you're not there? Who would you be for those around you? Who would you really love to be inspiring just by the way you live your life? What is it that you'd be doing a lot more of than you're doing today? What would you be doing a lot less of? Who would be the people that you'd be surrounded by? And what would your relationships with them be like? How would you feel physically in yourself? How would you look? How would you love to be feeling in your body as you just went through your day? What would your lifestyle be like? What would your daily schedule be like? I just want you to really imagine yourself living your ideal life 10 years from now. I'm not saying you don't do a lot of hard work. I'm not saying that there's not the occasional things that don't go well. I'm just saying you are really very intentional, very deliberate in the life that you have designed and created for yourself. Now, I want you to imagine yourself zooming, coming back into the future 1 year from now. So if you were going to be living that life 10 years from now, what would you have done over the next 12 months? What would you have been really focused on? Doing more of what? Doing less of what? How would people around you be shifting how they relate to you if it requires a big shift? What would they be thinking about you? And what would your relationships be like? What about how you take care of yourself? How would that be different than it has been in the past? Now, coming back, I think there's a plane going overhead, so excuse that noise. I'm sitting outside. I wanted to do this outside, but I've got all these dogs and cats and planes and trains. So just bear with me, and I apologise for any extra sounds going on. So just a year from now, what would you be doing? A month from now, what would you be doing? Would be taking you to what you'd be doing a year from now. Just keep bringing it back and back and back. I want you now to come back right to the present moment, and I want you to think about what are the first 5 things that you could do that would put you in action toward where you want to be 10 years from now. Just 5 things. It could be picking up a book that's about what it is you'd like to be doing more of. It could be having a conversation with someone and talking to them how you want to make a change. I don't know what it is, but you do. But I want you to write down those 5 things. And then I want you to schedule when you'll do them. And I want all of them to be scheduled within the next 10 days, okay? So that's part of this Train the Brave challenge, is having you get really into action towards something you want. I'm well aware that what you might think you want 10 years from now might change. It doesn't actually matter that it might change. All that matters is that you're moving towards something, because what matters far more than whether or not how fast you're going is that you're moving in a direction that inspires you. So getting into action and doing that. So today's Train the Brave challenge for you, the biggest, most important one, is to get some clarity about something you really want to achieve. It may be something in the next 12 months, 6 months, maybe in the next 1 month, but it's something that's a stretch. It's something you may not be on target to achieve otherwise, but it allows you to really channel your energy, your attention, your focus, what you've got, because you have the resources inside you to do a lot more than you think. But it will take getting some clarity about what it is you really want and living your life by design rather than by default. Okay, so write down that list. As soon as you've turned this off, start writing that list. What's 5 things that you need to do that are going to take you toward where it is you want to go? And I know that just by getting into action on those things, you'll be surprised that you'll start just noticing things around you differently. Our reticular activating system, it really can just pick up on opportunities and people once we get some clarity about what it is we want. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.